What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Clarrkin Off Time, your daily WNBA briefing with no filter and no fluff. I'm your host, MaddyG, and today I'm coming in hot because Saturday night loss to the New York Liberty did not just make me frustrated, it made me angry. Not at the players, not even at Clarrkin. I'm angry at the coaching. I'm angry at the system, and today I'm going to say what a lot of people in Fever Nation are thinking but are afraid to say out loud. So buckle up, because this is going to be a real one. Let's get into it. New York Liberty 83, Indiana Fever 75 final, Commissioner's Cup, and I need you to understand what happened in this game before you get to the hot takes. Because the numbers tell a story that should make every single Fever fan furious. The Indiana Fever led this game by 12 points, 57-45 late in the third quarter. They were in control, they were playing well, and then the fourth quarter happened. New York outscored Indiana 29-18 in the fourth quarter, 29-18. The Fever scored only 18 points in the entire fourth quarter of a game they were winning by double digits. This is a catastrophic collapse. It's not bad luck. That is coaching failure. And here is what makes it even more infuriating. The Liberty did this without Sabrina Ionescu. Their star guard did not play Saturday night. They came in shorthanded, and they still came back from 12 down to win by 8. That means the Fever got outplayed by a team missing their best player. Now let's talk about Breanna Stewart, because she deserves credit. 30 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals, and here is the number that decided this game. 18 made free throws. 18 on 21 attempts. Stewart set a New York Liberty franchise record with 18 made free throws in a single game, and she did it because Indiana kept fouling her. The Fever as a team, 9 of 15 from the free throw line, 60% in a game they lost by 8 points. They missed 6 free throws. 6 missed free throws in a game decided by 8. You do the math. Stephanie White has been coaching the same system since her days with the Connecticut Sun. The same plays, the same tired rotations, the same tired half-court sets. And when she was at the Connecticut Sun, it did not maximize the talent on the roster either. She is a coach who believes in her system over her personnel. And that is a problem when your personnel includes Clarrkin. And I want to talk about Vanderbilt, because I believe the same issues that she had with that program, the same inability to adapt, the same rigid playbook, the same struggles to adjust when things are not working, followed her back to Indiana. A coaching style that worked at one level does not automatically translate when your star player needs a different kind of freedom to operate. Here is what I see when I watch this Fever team. I see a point guard who wants to run in transition, being asked to operate in a half-court system. I see a player who thrives in space, being put into sets that crowd the paint. And I see a player who makes her best decisions when the game flows naturally, being asked to execute scripted plays that do not fit her strengths. And the fourth quarter proves my point. When New York tightened their defense and started pressing, White had no answer. She made the same substitutions, called the same tired plays, and the result was 18 points in a quarter that needed 25. Let me give you Clark's stat line from Saturday. 4-14 from the field, 28.6% shooting, 10 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 5 fouls. Clark admitted after the game that she had some in her words, dumb fouls in that second half. And she is right. She picked up 4 fouls in the final 2 quarters, and that foul trouble allowed New York to take control. But here's what Coach White said after the game, and I give her credit for saying it. Finally, she said, and I quote, "We didn't help her out." She acknowledged that this team did not do enough to take the pressure off of Clark, and she is right about that too. MaddyG wants to go one step further. The reason Clark keeps getting into foul trouble, the reason shooting numbers keep dropping, the reason she is averaging 28 points from the field over her last 4 games is because she is not playing free. She is playing in a system that does not maximize what she does naturally. She is being asked to fit into a mold that was not built for her game. Teams have now figured out the blueprint. Oh yeah. They're using bigger defenders to face guard Clark. They take away her transition opportunities, force her into half-court situations where she has to create against set defenses. And right now, the Fever coaching staff does not have an answer for that. I've been sitting on this for a while, and I think it is time to say it on this channel. There's a real conversation happening in WNBA circles about whether Caitlin Clark would be better served on a different team. A team that would build their entire offensive system around her strengths. A team that would run in transition. A team that would space the floor the way Clark needs it spaced. A team that would give her the freedom to be the player who transformed the league. Now, let me be very clear about something. Caitlin Clark is the reason the WNBA is where it is today. She is the reason arenas are sold out. She is the reason television ratings are through the roof. She is the reason we are all here having this conversation. The WNBA owes Caitlin Clark a debt that it can never fully repay. And it makes me angry to watch that player, that once in a generation talent, be put in a system that is handcuffing her abilities. Do I think she should be traded? I think the Indiana Fever organization needs to ask itself a very hard question. Is the coaching staff maximizing the greatest player this league has ever seen? Because if the answer is no, then changes need to be made. Either the system changes or eventually the faces around the system will change. Fever Nation, I know this is hard to hear. I love this team, but I love the truth more. And the truth is that Caitlin Clark deserves better than what she's getting right now. I don't want to completely bury this team because there were things to feel good about. Monique Billings off the bench, 6 of 7 from the field, 85.7% shooting, 15 points. She was efficient. She was attacking. She was the best player on the Indiana's team in terms of shooting percentage. Kelsey Mitchell, 21 points, 7 rebounds. She fought hard, but shot 7 of 21, which is only 33%. When Mitchell and Clark are both shooting under 35% in the same game, this team can't win. Aliyah Boston, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, but 4 turnovers and a technical foul. The tech was unnecessary, and it gave New York free points at a critical moment. Lexi Hall, 2 of 2 from the field, perfect shooting, 6 rebounds. She was efficient in limited minutes. The foundation of this team is still there. The pieces are still there, but something has to change about the coaching level before those pieces can reach their full potential. Tonight is a Commissioner's Cup game. Indiana Fever at Washington Mystics, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern on Peacock and WTHR locally. The Fever are heavy favorites tonight. The computers give Indiana a 67.1% chance of winning. Washington is 18.3% to win. This should be a bounce-back game. The Mystics are struggling, and Indiana needs a win desperately after 2 losses in a row. But here's a message to this Fever team, and to Coach Weiss specifically. Washington is going to play the same kind of defense. They're going to try to face guard Clark. They're going to try to crowd the paint. And if White draws up some tired plays, runs the same tired sets, makes the same tired fourth quarter decisions, we're going to be back here on Tuesday having the same tired conversation. Tonight has to be different. Not just in the result, but in the approach. Fever Nation, I know today's episode was heavy. I know I said some things that were hard to hear, but that is what Clarrkin Off Time is here for. To tell you the truth, even when the truth is uncomfortable. I believe in Caitlin Clark. I believe in this team's potential, but believing in something means holding it accountable when it falls short of what it should be. Tonight at Washington, I need the Fever to show me something different. Not just a win, different basketball. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that button, hit that bell, drop a comment. Do you agree with my hot take? Should the Fever change the system, or should Clark be traded? I want to hear every opinion. Let's have this conversation. Until tomorrow, this has been Clarrkin Off Time. Stay spicy.